speed route.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Speed drinking at the same time. When you guys are going to develop a beer, how do you come up with the recipe? How do you come up? Where's the inspiration for a recipe even begin? What's that like?
So I think first we determine the style of beer we want to make. So it's a matter of looking at our current lineup and trying to make sure that we have a well-rounded lineup. So if we don't have an amber style up there, right? So let's think about a type of amber beer we want to make. We don't want to be just do an American amber, so let's do a German one. Let's do a Colt or an alt beer. So then when we decide on the beer, then we start digging into the style specifically and talk about we may read the style guidelines just to understand what the world thinks this style should taste like, and then 2, we'll start to talk about what flavors we like in the beer. What do we want it to have? And then Alex will take it over from there generally and go do a first draft of a recipe, and we'll take it back and we'll talk about it and tweak it here and there. And then if it's something truly different that maybe Alex or we don't have experience with it, we'll brew maybe a pilot batch to test it out essentially and figure out if we truly like it or if we want to tweak some things, and then eventually we'll scale it up to a full style batch. Now if it's a pale ale or for example, alt beer, Alex has experience with alt beers, and it's a style he likes a lot. So we didn't have to scale it up. We didn't need to do a pilot batch. We just went right for it because we had some baseline understanding of what flavors we were going to get from the recipe, 2, from our system and our process, and then we brew it. Turns out great, awesome, but it's never perfect. I think we're always tweaking our recipes and trying to do different things and trying to make them better. We're always sitting around having a pint of it and talking about it and taking notes.
The ingredients, you can never stop tweaking your beer if you want to improve it. You want to tweak it to try and make it perfect, but also each year your ingredients are changing subtly, because beer comes from an agricultural product. And so there's variation from year to year. And the really big companies go to great lengths to make them, more power to them, because they make that stuff taste exactly the same every single time. And that's tough, because from year to year, the barley crop is changing, the hops crops are changing. The flavor of your water changes by season. We're lucky here. We got good tasting water. So far, we haven't hit a season where I think, we better start treating that differently. We constantly have to evaluate our beers because the ingredients themselves are going to change, and we want to improve them. So even with a beer that we'll keep around, we'll still continually evaluate that one, and we might make small changes. We know that people like the beer the way it is, so we want to make it better without changing it so much that somebody who really likes it isn't going to like it anymore. Sure. We've given it a name, and so once we give it a name, we think it should taste like this. So at that point, we'll discuss the same recipe that we've done several times and say, let's tweak it here, or let's tweak it there. And you have to do that if you want to continue to make good products. He's not looking. Take a drink.